right, welcome everyone. This is our promoter meeting, Promoter 101. I'm Caudron, and I'm here with
Wendy Hart. Hi, how are you doing?
And Billy Funk. Hi, everybody.
Yay! No echo issues today, you guys. It's so awesome.
Pretty
All
rocking.
right, so we know that a lot of you have started using Keto OS and getting just great results. We're going to share a few of the results that we've been getting texted and on our Facebook page, and that now people are wondering what are some ways that they can start sharing the product, what are ways that they might be able to get free product and really help other people with it. So Wendy, I thought I would just pass to you and kind of set us up today.
Oh, thanks. Yes, I think this is a good thing because people get it in their hands and know that it's a revolutionary. It's changing your life. You're excited about it. But I've noticed with the people I've shared it with, there's often some mystery they feel in their head, like, oh, I ought to know something more before I share it with people. Like, what's the way? What's the special way? So we thought we would just model some ways for you that were really simple and easy to share because it's shockingly easier than you might think. So what we're recommending is just get out and hand somebody a shaker, basically. Have this little experience. And once you have the experience of sharing it successfully, your eyes will be opened. You'll see what's possible there. And I have plenty of stories to share with that. Also, we want to cover today some really interesting tidbits that happened in the Dallas training, and then there was a great San Diego training last week. And it has to do with the simplicity. So I guess right away I'd like to disabuse people of the idea that you need to know a lot or you need to be able to speak conversationally about this ketosis science. You can throw it all away. The bottom line of today's training is to show you that the fewer words the better. No teaching is really required at all, and basically you just share it, give people an experience, and the rest will take care of itself. Also, for the folks here that are promoting it as a business, it's funny, but in this case, focusing on the product and Keto OS is going to give you way more traction than trying to explain about the money. The truth is the money will just take care of itself as you share, but if your focus and your commitment is on just sharing the product and not worrying about explaining the money, trust me, it takes care of itself so fast it will make it much easier for you. That helpful, T? Oh, you're both on mute. Sorry about that.
He's muted.
Okay.
Awesome. Perfect. Wendy, that's terrific. And Billy, from your perspective, just kind of at the, to frame everything, you have been working with Prove It from the start, pretty much, like early, and kind of what you think of the company and what your experience has been and kind of what we can tell people that are thinking about sharing the product.
Sure, absolutely. So, yeah, I was brought into the conversation of Prove It back, it was late last year, December, and at the time I really didn't have any room on my plate, so they continued to kind of update me as time went on, and then I tried the product for the first time in April, beginning of April, before Prove It even really existed, before there was a place for other people to buy. On May 19th, they opened their doors up. Ray Dietrich and myself, he's my business partner, we were one of the first people to purchase product, and we watched from the sidelines for a couple months as everything was happening. Just wanted to see if they had exactly what they said they had, and we were just shocked at the growth, the organic growth, the grassroots growth, and how well this product was working for everybody. So September 1st, we launched our business, and it's just been taken off. It's really been duplicating, and I'm going to second what Wendy said. I keep everything really simple. I teach people to take keto, put it in somebody's hand, get them to taste it and try it, and when they like it, just show them how to buy it. I like using analogies and rhyming because it's easier.
Right. Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, but we communicate with every channel, every media channel, every way possible with our team, and we also. I think that Wendy and T are both a little bit like me, and maybe you are too. I want you to know, no matter what style you have to market this, if you have any experience inside of this industry, it's going to work with Keto OS and Prove It. I'm a hybrid marketer, which means that I don't just do the belly to belly. I don't just sample this to people offline. I also do a little bit of online marketing. And if you're looking for the right team, you picked it, because T and Wendy are incredible at teaching people how to market online as well as offline. So videos work really, really well. We can go into greater detail a little bit later of what exactly to say. I have watched Wendy and T, every single person that has recorded a video about either their experience, their excitement of the product, or their review of the product, and then uploaded it natively to Facebook, has gotten at least one customer or one promoter. Every one of them. Pretty cool.
And that means like just a selfie. Like you don't have to know anything about video. I mean, really, and the more realistic, the better. The less perfect, the better. So you can just sort of hold up your phone and talk about exactly what Billy said. You're excited, or look, there he is, just like that, right?
Yes, it really is. I mean, you don't need any extra equipment. You don't need, I mean, the most that you, in my opinion, unless you want to get really high end, but the most that I've spent on shooting videos is $15 for a selfie.
See, a selfie stick, right? Do you have one behind you? You can show people what that is. I don't know if you have one there.
It's in the other room.
Oh, it's far away. Okay, never mind. It's just a little stick that goes out. I can't remember what that word is when they go in and out, like an umbrella. Do you know what I mean? The stick goes out, and you clip your phone to the end, and then you can hold it, get it a little further from your face while you're talking. But it can be short. It doesn't need to be a long video. It can be a 30-second video, 20-second video. It's great. And when you say upload it natively, that means not going through YouTube, because they give extra credit on Facebook to when you just post it, right? Just like you're making a Facebook post, you just upload a video straight to Facebook, not putting it through YouTube, because you know there's a little competition between, let's see, Facebook's owned by Zuckerberg, and YouTube is owned by Google, and Zuckerberg competes, and he's not a fan of Google because they compete, so they don't give as much credence to videos you put into YouTube and then put that YouTube link on your Facebook page. It's so much simpler than that. You just put the selfie on your phone, you plug it into your computer, and download it to your computer, and then click onto your Facebook page, and then it's a post. And that's the kind that Facebook likes. It's really simple. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great, you guys.
If you have a YouTube channel, you can still upload it there, but like you do what Wendy said and upload it to Facebook straight away.
More people will see it. Go ahead.
Well, I will forward you guys an amazing video that Billy did that taught me a whole bunch of stuff and got me out of the gate. So that's a really super one. I wanted to step back for just a minute. And Wendy, you mentioned this the first time I heard you talk about Keto OS. And I wanted to talk just for a minute about why it's such a great product to actually share with other people. There's a simplicity to it. There's a few things that are really interesting. Like, one is that it's a new category. So it's a completely new supplement. So in this exact moment, you're not going to be competing against anybody else when you talk about it. No one's going to say, oh, I tried that already and it didn't work for me. Like, so you have green fields. And that's pretty amazing. Because the product has a 90-day money-back guarantee, there's also a real incentive for people to give it a shot and see if it's affecting one of the big issues that people have right now. Like some of the big challenges people have is their brain feels like it's foggy, and the Keto OS is like a windshield wiper for the mind. People feel like they don't have enough energy often, and there's an amazing ketones are an incredible source of energy. And then for some people, there's a lot of craving control and change in appetite, which can be really beneficial. And we've had people that are taking it before their workouts have incredible results. I'll actually read you guys a little quote from a colleague of mine who was in the Olympics twice, and I sent him the Keto OS, and he just talked about what an incredible product it is. So I think that that's one thing, is that there's really a unique opportunity with this company and this product because of the fact that it's creating a new category. And then similarly, that there is so much research on ketones that we're not talking about something, it's not something that's sort of snake oily or It's not actually a new idea. So the idea, science has been looking at the value of ketones for a long time. What's new is just the technology that lets you bring it in a drink that tastes like orange dreamsicle. That's just the part that's new. So Wendy, did you want to just add about that? You said it so well when I listened to your first broadcast about that.
Oh, thanks. Sure. Yeah, I can let you know why I think this is different than every other direct selling opportunity I've ever seen, because it's so much simpler. And also remind me if I forget, I had an amazing visit with a doctor yesterday that's a really good illustration of how easy this is. So the big thing that I see, I told T that I've been in my coaching business and international, so people all over the world kind of coming to me for 14 years. And I've said no for 14 years, that I wouldn't promote a direct selling opportunity, even though there's so many amazing companies, and even though I help customers or promoters from many companies become successful. That's what I do in the world. But I had this point of view that it took a particular kind of personality to be successful at promoting a direct selling company, which isn't actually accurate, but that was my point of view, that you had to be gregarious or kind of a talker like T and I were, and that the shy people that were more retiring wouldn't have a thick enough skin or wouldn't connect with enough people to make it easy. Because the elephant that's been in the room with most direct selling companies is they can all be amazing, the product can be amazing, the compensation can be amazing, but you have to, when the rubber meets the road, go and share it with somebody. And that's been the uncomfortable part, because when it hasn't been a market differentiator, like T just said, like something you can't get anywhere else, right? When it's been like, well, my shake's better than your shake, right? Or my whatever it is, that it's one of many, it's been tricky, because most of the time it's kind of complicated in the sharing process. So number one, people feel a little reluctant, like, I don't want to tell anybody because I feel a little smarmy inside, or I feel like I have to be pushy, or I feel like I have to be a science genius to explain it. And it's been messy. And people, when the rubber meets the road, have some difficulty traditionally in that sharing interaction, right? Because you're trying to, you got a big jug of something you're trying to explain, that's the awkward moment. It's just the awkward moment that's been hard for most people to navigate. And that's why I had this point of view that, well, these companies are great, and the opportunity is a miracle, because the compensation plan in direct selling companies is so much better than you can make doing other things online or affiliate programs or stuff like that. There's a lot there. But this, Prove It, is the magic that gets you over that funny little moment, because there's no smarminess that's going to happen. There's no weirdness. It's very short, and first of all, the people mostly come to you rather than you having to go to them. I mean, they're not going to find you in your house if you're not interacting with people, but if you're seeing amazing results, if your body is shrinking, or if your energy is better, or if you have more clarity and more confidence, I'm finding from people, because they have more clarity and they have more get up and go kind ofness to their personality, people notice that. So when they notice it and they come to you, it's much easier to say, oh yeah, I'm drinking this little, miracle packet. This new supplement. It's a game changer, and then they want to know. So that's one way. But the ease of sharing it when you go up to someone, it's so extraordinarily simple that takes all that awkwardness away, all that smarminess away, and it's just an easy product to share. So personally, I chose to do this because I saw that aspect, that this is so different and so easy to share. It feels like it levels the playing field, that everybody can be successful at this. There's no barrier that you need to be a particular personality type or you need to be a science geek in order to make it work. Not at all. As a matter of fact, the fewer words that you use and the less teachy you are, the less sciencey you are, the better this will be. And I'm learning that more and more from my mentors, from Billy and the people that I met in Dallas. We just had an event. We had one last week in San Diego. And I'm learning, oh my gosh, because I am kind of science geeky, and it's easy for me to use all those words. But then people that you share it with feel like they can't do that. So it's easier to just model it with real simplicity, and we get out of our own way. So that piece, it's a game changer in the market. It's a miracle that people have been looking for years that they haven't been able to find, and now it's here. And then it's easy to share, and people get such results. So that's wild. And then in my life, I'm personally seeing such change, and the people I've shared it with are having such extraordinary change that I now would feel terrible if I didn't let people know about it. It comes from that place. And that's true for many other people, by the way, that you might share this with. People like gym owners or people that work out really hard. Most of those people, or a lot of those people, are not walking around looking necessarily for a money-making opportunity, but you can change their life with this product. And if you just mostly talk about the product and not even go into the dollars that are possible, the funny thing is the dollars are there and the dollars take care of themselves. So it's not required that you just know all that and talk all that and communicate it with people. Again, what I'm finding is in this initial conversation, to have it be really easy, just shake it up. All you need to do is just shake it up and hand it to somebody and let them have an experience. It's pretty remarkable. So I'll take a breath. So I just talk, but here's this amazing doctor story. So I had an incredible, he's a chiropractor / naturopath that helped me after I was rear-ended in a car accident a few years ago. And I know he's a guy that knows about ketosis because he does that for his clients. So he would try and put you into ketosis with diet. And he also recommends a lot of supplements. And he has a huge practice, and Hollywood stars drive to see him. He's quite well known. So I haven't been a patient for a couple of years. And that would usually be somebody that would be really intimidating for me, right, to go walk into a doctor's office. But I knew how simple this would be. And so I got cleaned up yesterday, and I was going to call and make an appointment. And sometimes that would be smart to do. I'm not saying just walk into a doctor's office cold. But in this case, my intuition said, no, don't make an appointment, because then you got to get through all those gatekeepers. He's got all that staff, right, that are going to have to approve you. So I just walked in. Here's how simple it was. I walked into his office less than an hour before closing time, and I said to the staff, they're like, why are you here? I'm like, I'm a former patient, and I have a gift for Dr. Joe. And I just need 3 minutes of his time to, I said I need 3 minutes of his ear, right, to be with him for a couple of minutes. Is that possible? And they're like, oh, you have a gift for him? Yeah, okay, in between the next patient. So he came out, and he remembered me, and he was like, hey, how are you doing? And I said, hey, it's great to see you. I actually have a gift for you, and I just need like 3 minutes of your ear. And he's like, okay, come on back. So we went and we sat, and I was really cognizant of his time. I wasn't going to take a lot of time on purpose, but I just sat down and I said, I stumbled upon a supplement that's a game changer, and I really know that you need to know about it. And he was kind of like, okay, because he's a big expert. He knows about all the stuff leading it to, like, okay. And I just held up a packet. Have you heard about this yet? He's like, no. And I said, well, it's ketones in a packet. You take it, you drink it, and it elevates the levels of blood ketones, and people are getting remarkable results. And then I jumped right to my results. That's as much as I said about it. I just said, look, I've been on it for a month. You know how hard it was for me to lose weight, because we tried to do that. And nothing we did could get me into ketosis. I've eaten cleanly for several years since I saw you, but nothing worked. I lost 17 inches in a month with this, 12 pounds, but I feel amazing. My clarity and spaciousness and ability to have a constant energy has gone through the roof. And everybody that I share it with is having the same result. He was like, really? And so then he turns it over and he reads the ingredients, and he's like, beta hydroxybutyrate. He's like, And I said, well, you know, they've been trying to do this for years to figure out a supplement where you could drink it, but it's been impossible. And then even when they came close, they couldn't crack the code. It tasted like rocket fuel. And this stuff tastes like an orange dreamsicle, and you get results in an hour. And he was like, what? And I said, oh, well, it's called Prove It. And you have this little ketone stick, and you give it to somebody, you have them urinate on the stick, then drink this drink, and an hour later, you urinate on the stick again, and you can see they're in ketosis. And he was like, no way. Just like, no, he broke all doctorness. Right? I'm like, no way. And I'm like, yes, way. Right? And I said, so I brought this gift for you, and I'd love for you to try it. And so then he looks at it again, and he asks me again, and he's like, I think I named a couple more results that people had. I said that and again, we don't do medical disclaimers, but I was talking to this doctor, and a woman that we met in Dallas who hadn't been able to close her fist in 2 years was able to make a full fist within an hour. And he was sort of flummoxed, and he's like, well, I wonder why that would be. But he just read the packet again, and he looked at me again, he said, you really think this is great? Oh, a little echo. I said, oh yeah, it's amazing. He's like, okay, I'll try it and I'll call you back. That's how easy that was. I just made it longer with my little sidebars, but the whole interaction took 3-4 minutes, and I left, and I had given him enough to share with a couple of his staff. I think I gave him 6 packets. We don't usually give packets away for free, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but that's how easy that was. Then I came back and I told another friend of mine who's a promoter. She's like, what? Was it that easy? I'm like, yeah, it was that easy. You mean you didn't have an appointment or anything? I'm like, no, I was just authentic and nice. It was easy. That inspired her, and she went out and got somebody else and made a huge leap forward in her business because that inspired her. So I'm hoping that with stories like this, it can make it easy for you to see the little bridge of how easy it can be to share it. Billy, thoughts from you, like when you share it? I know it's something like just shake it up and hand it. What's your experience with just sharing it?
With just sharing it, it's been super simple. I like the movie Limitless, and a lot of people watched it too. And now there's a TV show. I don't actually watch TV, but I hear that there's a TV show called Limitless. So when I'm approaching somebody, I'll ask them if they've watched the movie Limitless or they've watched the show. And if they say yes, I will say next, wouldn't it be cool if there was a product like that pill in the movie? And every time everybody's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, I think I found it, and I would love your feedback. And you just got to try it. Or if I'm talking to somebody that's athletic, I used this the other night on the valet driver. He saw my shirt. It said glucose are greater than ketones, and he said something about the glucose and the ketones. I said, how much do you know about ketones? He's like, a little bit. I'm like, cool. I'm like, what? Tell me a little bit more about your. And he said he's an ultra marathon runner, and I was like, oh wow. So I said to him, this is what I said. I said, if there was a product that could increase your level of performance by 2 to 10%, would you try it? He's like, of course. I'm like, awesome. So I got him a sample pack. I normally, if he wasn't qualified like that, normally, and he wasn't my valet driver, and I wasn't looking to tip him, I usually would sell them. I've done both though, just so you know. I've given out free samples, and I've also sold samples. It seems to me that people, when they buy something from you, they take it as a little more valuable, because if you got something for free, the value on it is free. Some people though, even if it is free, will take it and really absorb it and consume it and really go from there. So I just keep it really simple with people. I have a lot of fun. I talk in stories. So if you get a great testimonial story of yourself, you can just share it with people. I'll say, this product right here is giving me incredible amounts of energy, the mental focus, the clarity, and I've lost almost 10 pounds without working out. So I think T wanted me to do a screen share and walk people through the back office.
Yes.
You want to do T?
Also, they can ask questions right now, so I wondered if you could take them through how they ask questions, but I opened up the question box.
Awesome. Absolutely. So if you're on this right now, if you're watching this on the event or the YouTube page, click on Join the Conversation.
Got it.
Which will take you to another screen. And then in the top right, you're going to see almost like a Rubik's Cube, 9 small little squares, and makes up one big white square. Click on that. There should be a blue button that says Q&A, and if you click on that button, I believe you'll be able to actually ask questions.
Awesome. That's great, Billy. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of step back and say, let's say someone says, yes, I want to share it. How do I make sure that I am a promoter? What do I do when I get a customer? And Billy, I know that Prove It has an incredible back office, and I was hoping that you could do a screen share, show people how they can set up their link and what they can see in their back office and all that good stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
1 second. I will go ahead and share my screen. Go ahead.
While he's looking, remind me later to tell you about salon owners and restaurant servers, the guy that made millions of dollars by sampling people, sampling them by eating out twice a day, and salon owners. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Awesome. All right, so to make sure that somebody is a promoter, you want to go in your back office, and I'll go home. If you click over here, so right when you get into your back office, you'll see it says snapshot and membership. So if it says prove it partner, that means that you are a promoter. If it says customer, that means you're a customer. How do you find your people?
Billy, what if they don't know how to get into their back office to start with?
If they don't know how to get into their back office, let's go into an incognito. So I will pretend like I am logging in. I forgot my password. It's going to ask me for my username or email. So whatever email you signed up with, and then hit continue.
Billy, I can't see your screen very big. For some reason,
No?
I see. Wendy, do you see his screen?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, perfect. All
I
right.
do.
Excellent. Continue. Carry on.
Okay. So you type in your email right here, and then hit continue, and they'll send you details. You want your username as well. So type in your username and your email, and they will actually send you it.
Now,
My wrong one.
I don't see your, if you were on the login screen, I'm still,
Oh, really?
yeah, I'm seeing the inside the back office, so it didn't switch over for me. And I'm going to mute myself because there's an in and out echo.
Let me do this. Let me share it one more time. I guess I can just share entire screen. That'll work. And then if I go here, all right, so here we go. So you can go on to, log into your Prove It back office. If you don't know how to get there, go to justproveit.com, and over here, top right, it'll say login. Go ahead and click login. That's where you type in your username or your password right there. And if you forgot your password, you can click on forgot password, and then you type in your username and your email and click on continue. And
hey, Billy, I just got a question. People are just seeing me. They're not seeing your screen. So,
oh, really?
And I see me too. I'm like,
oh, so you got to click on your button at the bottom. You might
there
have.
we go. Sorry, you guys. Okay, Billy, I'm so sorry, but can you start over? Because I don't think people could see it. I think they were just watching me.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, so here we go. So go to justproveit.com. All right, and you log in right there at the top right. You can type in your username and your password to log in, and if you don't know what your password is, you can click on forgot password and then type in your username and email and click continue. And that will help reset your password. So here's the back office. When you log into your back office, it will tell you right here underneath snapshot whether or not you're a partner or a customer. And anybody can be, that's a customer can become a approver for free in your back office. And if you click on manage or you click on rewards, I can show people maybe what it looks like. So right now I've got 2 accounts. This is our second one. Here's the group volume. We go through here. This is what you want to focus on, okay? is Go Pro Bonus. If I didn't hit it, these buttons right here wouldn't be green. They'd be yellow or red. And what you want to do is you want to turn all of your bars green. So personally qualifying volume within 14 days, 100 personally enrolled customers within 14 days, 180 BV, which is 2 customers, and 2 promoters, and a total team volume of 1,500. Here's the Go MVP bonus. So basically, if you do this right, you're just turning your bars green. Does that make sense, ladies?
Yeah, totally. I think one of the things is that what's great about the Prove It back office is that you can go in and you can look and see the company has it set up for you to do some very specific things during the first 2 weeks. So it's to talk to and get 2 customers, and then to get 2 promoters, and you can look at your back office and see where you are relative to that, which is great, which really simplifies things.
Yeah.
And then, Billy, did you already take them through how to change? Like, I have some people who have just numbers as their website, and they want to change that and make it something else. Did you already take them through how to change that?
I did not do that. So if
Okay.
you want to know what your website link is right now, go to the home screen and then scroll down, and you'll see it right here. So that's your link. If you want to change it, you want to click on profile. Actually, I believe if I go up here and I click on settings, and then
I think it's refer
code.
Yeah.
Yep, right there, and then I can click on edit, and then I can type in whatever I want, and then click save changes.
Brilliant.
Awesome, awesome. And then, Billy, every now and then someone has trouble ordering, and so they think they've ordered but they haven't. Is there a way that we can check on that for them?
Well, so they can go over here to manage and then history, and it will show you all of your orders.
So that's what our customers can do to double check their orders. And then what about us? Do we have a way of checking who's in our community and what they've ordered?
If you go into your community and you click on a person that is your new team member. Let's see here. So it will actually be in your rewards. So if you've sponsored somebody, you should be able to go into your rewards and go into the Go Fast bonus, and it will actually, if you click on more info, it will tell you. All right, I believe it tells you after the period is over. We go over here to Go Pro bonus, retailer bonus dashboard.
It might have been in that drop down, one of the extra drop downs once you're inside there, Billy.
I've seen it before too, right, Wendy?
Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe right in there if you hit another drop down inside. Like, so if you're in Go Fast, that's current people. And then if you click, oh, maybe there isn't a...
Yep, here it is right here.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go. You see it now?
Yes. Yes. This
All
is
right.
great. And just so that you know, I can feel some people's heads crashing, going, oh, I don't know what those things meant, that P, Q, V, and all that stuff. The bottom line is it's so simple. It's just like what T talked about. So when you have a new person that you've shared it with, your primary thing, if one of the things you're interested in is making some money, then you want to teach your people to just share it easily in the way that we're talking about, and also get 2 customers, and 2 that are on like a monthly, a 30-day supply, 2 customers like that, and 2 promoters that are that get a Go Pack usually. So 2 customers and 2 promoters and a little bit of volume, and that green bar will happen for their 2-week thing, and they get a little cash bonus, plus it's advantageous for the future. Then in the first month, if they don't get that in the first 2 weeks, it's okay. In the first month, you're going after 4 customers on about a monthly package and 4 promoters that get a Go pack or some combination like that. So 4 customers and 4 promoters and a little bit of volume, and that green bar will go across for the Go MVP. We also have some flyers that are coming out, and we'll get those to you online that make it simple to see it and share it with people, and that's very useful. And if you just do that, if you go MVP yourself, or if it's been more than a month since you signed up, it's okay, do it next time, but I mean, continue. You want to hit that number where you have 4 and 4, and you teach a few other people to do it. They'll be like pillars in your business, right? And eventually it starts to really just go. It's like a brush fire that just takes off. So it's a useful thing to do, because you might have felt a little flummoxed when you first started, like, wow, this thing's amazing, but I don't kind of know what to do to share it with people. Well, you share it in this easy way that we talked about, and you and people have an experience and you have an experience. So sharing stories, just sharing stories is the easiest way, not the science. Share the stories. And then when somebody comes to you that you signed up that says, I really want to know how to do this and make the money, you just sit down with them with this flyer, and it's who are the 2 and 2 that they could get, or the 4 and 4, and a little bit of volume, and the whole thing will take care of itself. You don't need to really understand all the rest of it. The green bars will take care of themselves. And it sounds funny, because I'm usually the girl that wants to know all the details. But frankly, the details here are confusing in a way that just gets us off focus. For my clients, we talk about, don't go into your thinking brain, you know, the logical, mathematical kind of part of your brain. That's not where these interactions work. Frankly, when you share the story and you share your natural emotion and your excitement with people, you're having an emotional heart connection with somebody. And that's how we buy everything that we buy. It's based on an emotional connection, and then later we use logic to back up our decision. If you're trying to convince people with logic, or you're trying to make somebody understand something before they can get an experience, it just creates a barrier in the way that's unnecessary and will frustrate you. So, as a matter of fact, I have to say, when we were in just last week in San Diego, Mike Rutherford, who is a colleague of Billy's, he was the first customer in this company, and he's very high up in the food chain here. He's a very smart guy, and he's a very funny guy, but he purposely uses such simple language, and he purposely doesn't even show how smart he is, because he's learned that then people can copy him easily. When he used to talk and use big scientific phrases and jargon, people would be put off, and they're like, oh, he really knows what he's doing, but I can't do that. So it just is better served for you and everybody else if you can find the simplest way to just from your heart share this in a short conversation, or just shake up the thing. You know, I recommend when you're going to meet somebody for coffee, you just say, I have this amazing thing. Can you just trust me? Would you just trust me? Drink this. Just drink this, and then talk with them about whatever you were going to do to reconnect in your life. It doesn't have to be proven at all. You're just catching up. Within an hour, they will have had an experience, and then they will want more. Or you could say, drink this, and by the way, go pee on this little strip first, and then do that again an hour later. And when they get that experience, when you're emotional, it all takes care of itself. You don't have to have that barrier of, I need to understand it all and explain it all in order before I can share it. You can do that if you wish. I'm not trying to hide anything. It's just that it's easier. You don't have to have that barrier there. It's that same old tired metaphor we use, that you go and switch on the light. You don't have to understand electricity in order to have the benefit of having a light switch, but if you had to wait and understand it all and be able to communicate it all before you could flip on the light switch, that would be silly. So it's just my recommendation.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Wendy. That's really great.
You're welcome.
You know, one thing that I wanted to add is that it seems like if we're drinking it and we're talking about it, and for me, like my size has changed quite a bit, like really fast, like the body composition of my body has changed. So people are asking me what I'm doing. And if you are not interested in having a business, but you just would like to get some product, if you have 2 customers that buy each month, you get the average of their order as Prove It Box, as product box. And that's pretty amazing because that's a pretty fast way to pay for your auto ship every month. So, you know, I just want to recommend that if you are talking about it, that you go ahead and set yourself up as a promoter, which you can upgrade for free, so that you can get those Prove It dollars to get your free product, and that may even turn into a little bit of a business or a big business, depending on what your objective is. And then secondly is if you're really interested in making this your main thing in some way, like you really want to go with this, then I recommend that you talk to whoever referred you the product. So if it's somebody that was referred by me, then come talk to me. Wendy, come talk to Wendy. Billy, to Billy. Billy, Wendy, and I are all on the same team, actually, so we all support each other, but we also have people that we directly referred. But there's a fast track that we put people on if they're interested in really applying themselves that way. Billy and Wendy have put me on the fast track, and we'd be happy to do that for you guys too if there is that kind of interest there.
So
Billy, yeah, Billy, do you want to add to that?
Yes, I'd love to. I'd love to show everybody the resources that they have. So,
Awesome.
if you come over to Facebook and you go over here, you type in not Nick Huntington. Actually, so did I not share my screen? I didn't share my screen. Okay. All right, let's go with the full entire screen. Share. All right, and then let me get off of this. All right, so if I come up here and I type in Keto Legends, you will see that over here, this group right here is one that Ray and I created, and so Wendy and T are both a part of it, and you're a part of it. If you want, you can come over here and click on join if you're not in it already. And so we get a lot of great info in here. There's we're doing some trainings and stuff. You'll find just a lot of great information in here. At the same time, Keto 123, ketones are for winners. I mean, this group is a little bit noisy. I'm not gonna lie, but there's tons of great info in here. It's a great community. The engagement is through the roof. There's lots of people sharing testimonials. People are sharing different recipes. Like Hector Santos, he's a pastor out of, I forget where he's at exactly, but he was making keto pancakes for dinner and was telling people about it. I mean, so there's a lot of great info. Basically, is what I'm saying here. Now here, Keto 123. I don't know if you ladies know about this, but this is a great resource too. It doesn't link out to anybody else. You can watch all these videos about ketosis, about the ketogenic diet, about ketones. You go all the way through it. So I've used that before. I've also used what is the ketovideo.com. You can see right here it says get your Keto OS now. Get back to the person who shared this video with you. It's essentially a 2-minute testimonial video that I created, which is really powerful. You also have, when do you think I should tell them about Dustin's website?
Sure. Just know that if everybody on this, seeing this webinar, this Google Hangout is already a promoter, but I think before I would share it, when you're looking at sharing this with new people, you could safely send them to, well, you've got the resources that we'll give you, and T and I each have an unbranded version of the Hangout that you can send. I think you do, you're about to, that you could share with other people. Like my people can share the Google Hangout that I did with people that they have that would be a good resource. Dustin is a brilliant resource once somebody's in your community, and he's a really great guy that shares with us. I wouldn't share a stone cold person who hasn't signed up with you yet over there because they could accidentally get on his email list and sign up with somebody else. And T, you had a story today about someone who waited a week. Yeah. Tell them about that.
So I would say, too, for my client base, I would say the best thing is to go to the Facebook page that I set up for you guys, because you're going to get confused on some of these other pages because of what a ketogenic diet is and where that fits in with the nutrition that you guys know, because we're not completely there with like the bacon eating and all that kind of stuff that's out there. So if you guys are actually in my beta group, Nutritionally, then make sure you're on my Facebook page, which is, there's a lot of Facebook pages out there for you guys.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, so I think some of you guys have been out there, but I'll just, let's see if I can grab this. Here it is. So mine is the Tease Keto Beta Pioneers, and that one is facebook.com/groups with an S, / Wendy, you like that picture? Got that from Wendy. / drink your keto / And then when you're out here, one of the things I want to say is in the discussion, if you look at the pinned post, that there are instructions about how we're using it right now, which can be really helpful there. And there are lots and lots of people posting about what to do. So our pinned post is right here, and it takes you through how we've been testing it in our program, so you guys can kind of read through that. And then in the discussion, there have been some really interesting testimonials out here. If you guys are interested in taking a look at that. So anyway, it's all out here. And I was just seeing to see if I could find my, oh yeah, here's Michael's quote. He said, "Wonderful product for any type of athletic training and a real energy booster." Not everyone, it's interesting, not everyone is feeling all of the different elements of it, which I think is kind of interesting. So some people are feeling the energy, some people are feeling the mental clarity, and other people are getting the body composition results. So it's interesting to have that list of benefits. Billy, do you remember when you read the benefits on the back of the canister? And I'll just read them one more time, but they're fat loss, fast and sustained energy, reduces brain fog, increased awareness, increased focus, appetite suppression, assists in abdominal fat loss. I really like that one. Strength gain, better mood, decrease in inflammation, better sleep, better digestion and gut health, and clear skin. So you're really looking for any of these when you take the product, not necessarily all of them. It just kind of depends, I think, on how what your metabolism is and how keto adapted is. And then the second thing I wanted to say is that the blood test is actually the best way to tell if you're in ketosis, if you do care about that, because for some people, if your body's absorbing all of those ketones, you may or may not see it on a urine test. That's only where it excretes. So I have some of my clients are actually, oh, look at that, Billy, awesome. Some of my clients are actually using the blood test. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very good. There's also, I'm thinking of my brain saying, what are the things we haven't touched on that would be useful for people to know? One of the things is, a little echo now. Not sure what's occurring.
That's probably me.
Okay, thank you. Under the Facebook groups, under some of them, you could go to the files section, and there's also stuff in the files section for resources, for articles and things. You could look there. That's a place. Two things that and before I forget, there's a little thing called engagement. Since this is a business call for the people that are largely promoters and would like to make perhaps a little income from this or a large income from this, there's a thing called engaged, and you want to stay engaged with the company, which just means you order a tiny bit of product every month and you have one customer, a tiny little bit. It's like a total of $50. I think it's dollars and not points. But anyway, it's just a little bit. So I recommend for anybody that's interested in that to just put yourself on Smart Ship, which means you have an order coming every month. I noticed some of my people ordered a ton at the beginning and then thought, oh, I don't need any for a while. I haven't shared it all out yet, or I'm just going through it. But this is a thing to do, at least for my brain. Then I don't have to remember every month. I think the smallest amount to qualify for a Smart Ship is $75, 15-day serving. But if you've already got enough product that you have enough to use for yourself for a little bit and to sample, I still recommend doing Smart Ship if that's comfortable for you, and knowing in the back of your head that you have at least one customer that has a little bit of volume, not a prover, but a customer every month. And then you're always covered with that engagement thing. So just wanted to put that out there for people to know. And two things that are two incredible types of people to talk to about Prove It are servers in restaurants and salon owners. So these are two places that I've heard people have incredible success. There was a man who I have not yet met who was made millions of dollars in another direct selling opportunity that had a packet sample, kind of like our Keto OS sample, and he said they grew their company to millions of dollars in personal revenue by doing this one thing. They would go out twice a day and eat out, or at least go into some place where you'd have coffee, so go to different restaurants twice a day, and they would just ask for water from the server. They'd also go not at peak times, right, late morning or in the afternoon somewhere where their servers aren't incredibly the most busy, but they would sit at the table and either with their food or whatever, they'd ask for water, and they'd make a show basically of pouring their product into the water and consuming it. And often the server would come by, or other people sitting around would say, "What's that you're doing?" And they could share a simple story. And when the server was interested, like, "Well, would you like to have more energy?" or "What would that do for you?" whatever, any of the benefits that we've talked about, then they'd sell them the packet. So in this case, you'd probably sell a 3-pack for, say, $15. And if you'd already gotten a share pack, then even you're making a little money. But this way, they have skin in the game, right? But there's a way for someone to have an experience there. Or you could even have a shaker, and your server might be able to even have it, in the back while they're working. And by the time you're done with your meal, they've had an experience. I just thought that was creative, and these people actually made millions of dollars just by doing that, making a commitment to go to a different place, even if you went twice a week and you had your keto when you were there, right? That's pretty cool. Another resource is salon owners. People don't think about it, but a salon owner, or even your hairdresser, A, it's somebody that you've gone to for a while and you have a relationship with them. B, they talk to everyone, and each person is sitting in their chair for an hour. That's like a person that's not going to run away and leave, right? So they see so many people. They care about the lives of their people. Lots of people are talking to them about weight loss or energy that they'd like. So it's a very natural way to, very gently, for them to introduce it into the conversation with their customers if they wish. So Billy, you mentioned to me, we're making such a huge wave through the direct selling community. So a lot of people in direct selling know about this, but it's a young company. We've only been public since September 1st, and it's really green pastures, like T said. So chances are strong that the people that you would like to connect with haven't heard about it yet. But I recommend that you do it soon, not later. Because even the doctor that I talked to, he realized that one of his clients, patients, had talked to him about it. But I was the first one that went in, made it clear, and had a packet in my hand. So I wouldn't wait. T, you had someone who...
Yeah.
What happened
so
to
I
them?
did want to just tell that story that I have a really good friend, one of my best friends who might be listening now, who has owned a bunch of gyms and knows a lot of people in the gym industry. And she just casually mentioned it to one of her friends who's a CrossFit gym owner. And it's really gone in the athletic community. Like, people really are picking it up and loving it. And by the time she checked back with her friend had already ordered. And so anyway, she missed the boat on that one. So it's one of those things. I wanted to say that I don't tell people about it without telling them how to order. So I have made little labels, which I wanted to show you guys. I just got, these are just address labels, and I just downloaded the template and put that on there. And that way people know how to order every single time. And I think that's a critical thing, that you let them know how to order it so that they're not Googling for it and wondering how to do that.
Yep. Brilliant. And it's also good if you have little flyers with you too. Another friend of mine puts stickers on the sample packs, but she also has a little flyer, because sometimes people throw the thing away and they can't remember how to find it. So it's good to have a couple of those ways. It's really smart. And sometimes people are just having their laptop near them, right? So that you can order right there, that they're connected to you, and then their sample's coming and they don't have to wait. So just some things to consider, because it does matter. If you tell them about it and you tell the name and they go and Google it later, it can create confusion, and they might not be able to find your site. They could accidentally sign up under somebody else or whatever, and that happens in life, but these are ways that you can get around that by communicating clearly how to get the product so that you both get the benefit and then you're working together as a team.
Awesome, Wendy. And the last couple of things that I wanted to mention is that there is a big conference in Las Vegas on January, right? Is it January 24th to the 26th? Does that sound right to you guys? I'm going to check my calendar real quick.
Is that a weekend? I'm so terrible at, I don't know.
But it's the big Prove It conference, and all of the scientists and whatnot are going to be there. So it's the 23rd
and 24th, right?
Yeah. Say it again, Billy.
January 23rd and January 24th.
Perfect. So it's over that weekend. And I'm going, Wendy's going, Billy's going. I recommend if you're really curious or want to be in this business that you go, because you're going to get everything about where the company's going and what's happening and meet people and get really excited. They're rolling out a new product called Keto Creamer, which we'll be hearing about at some point. We're really excited about that. That's going to be great. And then the other thing that I want to mention is that if you are also really interested in having this as a business, make sure that you get the share pack, which is the 200 for 60. Not only is it the lowest price that you'll get for sampling, but it also gives you double your commissions for the first 2 weeks. So double your direct bonuses for the first 2 weeks. So it's a little incentive to get you started, which is kind of nice. So make sure you get that and then check back in with us if you do.
And that's 60 packets for $200. It sounded like 200 packs for $60. It's the other way, but that's, yes, exactly. No, it's all right. It's great because it's more economical than the way that you usually can buy them in your order, and you can do that at the beginning. So it's smart when you're sharing with someone. They can just get a sample. They can just order 3 packs for $15, and that's fine. Or they could come in with a little more and have more product right away and not have to order and then wait and then order some more. And it will help you because you'll make a little bit more on their first order as part of a Go Fast promotion. So that's always useful. And if they want a share pack, it's good to, or more than one share pack. If they know they want to sample people, it's the most economical way, and they're not available forever. So I feel like we're giving lots of details, which is really useful. And sorry if it clogs your head up with all these things. What am I supposed to do? All you're really supposed to do, if you want to do this as a business, is just share your natural enthusiasm with people in a really relaxed and simple way, and just, hey, here's this thing that I tried. I got this result and this result. These other people got this result and this result. Want to try some? It's like really easy. You don't have to have it be any more complicated than that, and frankly, that's the way that you will be the most successful in this business. And the other thing to say is what T was just saying about going to the event. It was mind-boggling to me. The most exciting part for me was to see the people, when person after person got up on that stage and talked about the crazy benefits they've had. They just left your jaw hanging, and it takes away any sense of what am I doing with this. I mean, it's so, for me, lit me up with, my God, how can I possibly know about this and sit on it and not share it with people? It's just staggering. Billy, there was a guy, I don't even understand this. He's either a pro basketball player or a B-level basketball player. I don't even know, but he said he had 6, how many knee replacement operations? Can you talk about that guy? And no pain, I know. Go ahead, you tell that story. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
You were busy. There was a guy in San Diego last week.
Oh, at the event?
Yes, and he's like in his early 30s, and I couldn't even imagine. I thought he said he had his knees replaced 3 times, 6 knee replacements, and both shoulders. Like he should be the robotic man, right? But he's still playing basketball, and he knows how much they hurt. And after the last knee operation, just recently, he got keto, and for the first time there was no pain. Like within days, he didn't have pain, and he was leaping in the air, and they had photo shoots of him leaping in the air, and he has all of his athletic ability, and he had this incredible healing process that's different than all the other times he's done it because of the Keto OS. 2 women now who hadn't been able to make a fist, right? Arthritis or fibromyalgia, within a tiny amount of time, in one case 1 hour, all of a sudden she can make a fist. Again, we are not making medical claims, but when these things happen right in front of you, it's so shocking on every level. All my aches and pains went away within 24, 48 hours. It was remarkable. So when you get to go to Las Vegas, you not only learn about every aspect about this and learn all the ins and outs of the business side, but you get to see these people, and it's I recommend it for everybody. It's remarkable. It's very, very, very inspiring.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Billy, do you want to add to what Wendy and I have been talking about before we wrap up here, since we're right about at the hour?
Go to Vegas. It's going to be awesome.
Cool. Yeah, go to Vegas.
If you have fun with this, you're gonna experience how easy it is to build a business. Just have fun. Get keto in people's hands. Mike Rutherford likes to say, just shut up and drink it.
Yeah. Shut up. Yeah.
So do whatever you can to get it in their hands. I like to use, if I did this, would you do that? Kind of a give and take. If I gave you a product that's helping a lot of people, would you take it? Mm-hmm. If I told you about an incredible product that was working for other people, would you want to know more? So if you do that with people, if I did this, would you do that? They're conducive to saying yes to that. I am. If you said it to me, hey, if I did something for you, would you do something for me? Absolutely, I would. Of course I would. But Wendy, if you did me a favor, of course I would do you a favor. T, if you did something for me, yeah, absolutely. So it's just natural for humans to do that. And just have fun with this. Just share this with people. I do feel like Wendy and T, where I feel like if I didn't share it with people, it would be morally irresponsible. It pulls me out of bed with passion, knowing what we have in our hands right now, knowing how many people we can help. So if you're not telling other people about this product, I think Dustin said on stage, or Michael said on stage, how many people have got somebody that is having health issues in their life right now? Raise your hand. And a bunch of people in the audience raised their hands, and he said, why aren't they here right now? Why aren't they here? They should at least know about Keto OS. They should at least know about ketones, because it could change their life. It could change their life. So I'm having fun in helping people change lives, and I just love working with Wendy and T. You two are amazing. So having a lot of fun. I'll pass the ball back to both of you.
Thank
you. Billy, that's so awesome.
I just remembered you inspired me, Billy. I just remembered one other thing that I learned this last week at the event in San Diego, the little one, which was that, again, it's about sharing the product rather than the business side, because that's another way that this is different than all those other companies out there, because it's a market differentiator, and because the benefits that you get are so demonstrable, they happen so fast, and they're really easy to recognize. You really can just share the product. Michael Rutherford, who was there, took a poll from all the people that were there that were like people that service other people in health. So gym owners, nutritional counselors, people. There was a guy who works with elite professional athletes on peak performance. He's got a whole, a whole institute, like these kinds of people. And they're big, and they're sharing Prove It widely, right? And he said, okay, when you heard about it, did you come in because of the product or because of the money? It was 100% because of the product. They did it because they want to make a contribution. So bodybuilders care about bodybuilding. They're not so much about the complexity of money, right? They want to get that result. People that serve people that have a health problem, they want their clients to do better. So if you share it and you just let them know what's possible with that, that's what lights a fire under them. And we that are looking at the business side can get a little tripped up and thinking that what's going to matter to them is the money. And it was very eye-opening for me when Mike took a poll and they all got into it because of what they could contribute with this product. And none of them, if somebody had led with what's in it for you with the money, all the hands went down. Like nobody wanted that. And they find out later, when you share it in good conscience and you're making this contribution and you find out sort of by accident that, oh wow, I can also, that's nice that money comes in, that's good. That's a really great way to share it ethically, responsibly, feeling good, and simply and effectively. So I thought that was great, because he said usually people get into this, and when they do the business side, they think it's about the money, they get excited about the money they see coming in, then they share that first with other people, like, this is what I think you'll care about. And when they all raised their hands and went, no, that's not what we cared about initially, we only really cared about what can we contribute, that makes it easier to share this, that makes it easier to get out of your own way and just know that you're helping humanity by sharing it, and then let the chips fall where they will, and they'll all take care of themselves. So I hope that's helpful.
Awesome. I think that's great. Yeah, I think that's great. So I think just to wrap up, I mean, this has been amazing talking with you guys. Billy, I remember, like, I don't know, the first time that I was listening to some video that you had, I video stalked Billy. He talked about how much fun he has every day, like that he wakes up and he just has so much fun in this business. And I kind of didn't completely believe it. I have to say that it's been so much fun. Like, it's fun being with you guys. It's fun having people get so excited about trying it. It's fun being in this mode all together and being on the ground floor of something and creating something really amazing together, like creating this new category on the market. So I do think, Billy, I love your thing of having fun and being out there, like, with, you know, the fact that we're doing videos and stuff, that's actually new for me. So being out there and just being more forward, and, you know, it's just been great. So, yeah, Billy?
No, you know, we all start somewhere. So,
yeah.
You know, if you're looking to take this to the next level and you did want to shoot videos, just know this: the first time that I shot a video, it got like 12 views. I think I recorded it over and over and over again, and I just put it out there finally. This was just a few years ago, and anybody can do it. You know, I'm watching people on the team that have never done videos before having success. I'm watching people that have never had success in network marketing having success. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, there he goes. I think he just answered a call. So, Wendy, just before we go, a couple questions just popped up that are technical questions.
Okay.
So when Billy comes back, we can answer the one that came up. But one thing is that some people have been getting constipated or getting nauseous with the product. And I want to say around that you have to drink a ton of water when you take it, because first of all, the body is digesting the medium chain triglycerides, which are with the ketones. And so if you're not used to digesting, say, coconut oil or having more fat in your diet, then that can cause a little bit of nausea if it's on an empty stomach. It goes away in a few days, but it's also something where if they do the product with food, then they're less likely to have nausea. But the main thing is the water. Like, you really want to drink, like, I'd say 3/4 of your body in ounces of liquids, and get some electrolytes, like some really high quality electrolytes. I started to mix mine with paleo greens, so that's why mine are green. Yeah. So, but getting some minerals, some vegetable broth, homemade broths, electrolytes, that kind of stuff. A headache or constipation is a sign of not having enough water around the product, because what the ketones do is they need sodium to actually get into your body. The salts are part of what buffers the way the ketones are absorbed, and then your body is going to release in your urine. And so you want to make sure that you're replenishing both your liquids and your electrolytes.
Yep, really smart. Yeah, and by electrolytes, magnesium and potassium specifically, right? Yeah. So taking a little extra. And it's funny, I learned a new thing in Dallas also. I heard from Dustin Schaefer. Who knew this? I thought I was all, you probably know this totally, T. I thought I was all cool. For years I've been eating the Himalayan salt, right? The pink salt, because I knew that table salt was toxic. And so you think this has all the minerals in it. No, it doesn't actually have all the minerals that Celtic sea salt, the gray moist salt, has. Yeah. The pink salt. Well, who knew that? So I've been having tons of salt and salting a lot. And I heard that from him. So I went out and got Celtic sea salt, and I was trying to make the top work. And I went and I like put some on my tongue. I was actually like scooping it out. My body wanted it so much. It's like eating it out of the jar, because it had the minerals in it that were really required. And when it comes to sharing this with other people, I also include that bit. So when I sample someone, it's interesting. For the vast majority of people, they just feel amazing in an hour, right? Then there's a small number of people that might have intestinal upset, and it could look like diarrhea on the first day, like just day one. And so I ask people flat out about the diet that they're on if I don't know before I share it with them. So I'll say, what do you have? Do you eat a lot of carbs? Do you have fat in your diet now? And do you have a sensitive stomach? And then I'll say, well, just starting a half a pack and then another half a pack later in the day or the next day, and ease your way in for the first couple days. But if there's somebody that says, no, I eat all that stuff and I'm fine, then if they have a whole pack, they'll have more of an experience that is a differentiator that they can tell. So you just have to suss it out. But I definitely include that information so that nobody thinks, oh my God, that product made me sick. If they're in the small percentage of people that have stomach upset when they first take it, well, then you just need to ease into it slowly.
Yeah, perfect. And Wendy, I think some of that is setting the frame for it. Like there's nothing to worry about. Like
Yeah.
I teach detox cleanses, and it's like I tell people, look, you're going to have these symptoms. Don't worry about it. Like just this is what that means kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes just providing a little context can be really helpful too.
Very, very sweet.
So there's one more question, and it's about how the medium chain triglyceride oil gets dehydrated into the product. That's too technical for me. I don't know, but I'll find out. I know who's asking it. So Pammy, I'll get back to you with the answer on that. And I do know that one of the cool things is Prove It owns their manufacturing facilities. So they have really tight control over their manufacturing and the ability to expand it, which is really key for a company like this. So we can get information about how that's done, and we'll get back to you with that. Because
Very good.
Good. Okay.
Very good.
Awesome. All right. Well, Billy said his Wi-Fi crashed, so he's probably not coming back on.
Okay.
So I think we'll stop here. I am going to start having monthly meetings for people that are wanting to promote, and perhaps Wendy and I haven't talked about it, but perhaps we'll co-host on each other's meetings.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's a worthwhile kind of discussion to keep sort of holding it like that. So I'll get back to you guys with that. And Wendy, anything else? Final thoughts?
No, I'm complete. Thank you so much for carving the time out of your busy schedule to be with us. We're honored that you chose to be here and take a stand for your bigger life and your future, and also for the contribution you can be to all the people you share this with. So thanks for all that you do and for being here today.
So awesome. And we will have a recording from this, and so we'll be posting that. And It will be up on YouTube too. Yep. All right, you guys, thanks so much.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.